So somebody called me on the phone and they asked me, they found some, because they love their UltraStream and they're getting great relief from the gout with the UltraStream, but they also were taking the Alka Balance drops with them when they went overseas because they travel a fair bit. And he was asking me, and then he found some water in Vietnam that was supposed to be ionized alkaline water from Japan, which is interesting because we couldn't find any in Japan. We went there, but
it's true.
he said, isn't this good and shouldn't you go and look for it? And I said, well, look, you know, we research hugely on all this stuff.
Yeah.
Well, but not only that, but we also we research for anything new that might be good.
We do.
And we've had samples of everything. And I said the problem is that they tend to lose their freshness, which means that they lose their antioxidant very quickly. So then he was wanting to know the difference between iLove-H2 hydrogen tablets, which is our product, and the other one that we sold before, which we still have some of, called HydroFX from 7.2. That was before we had the iLove-H. Yeah, that's the MLM tablet. And I was just, and he also wanted to know why those tablets would work better than drinking this bottled water. And so I explained to him that there are so many things that this hydrogen does in the body, and the effects that it has is quite amazing. And I was telling him about my brother-in-law who has been poisoned by Agent Orange when he was a nurse in the Vietnam War. He was getting the precancerous signs, and this was quite a few years ago, and we didn't have molecular hydrogen at that stage. So I said, look, get yourself onto intravenous vitamin C, and he also got himself onto very high doses of liposomal vitamin C after that. But
and he's still here.
And great, yeah. I mean, really good results, except that he was still getting enormous amounts of problems with cramping because he has very high iron levels. It's one of the things that happens to the body is it's not balanced with this particular precancerous cancer. So he's
precancerous condition.
Yeah, precancerous condition.
Can't say precancerous cancer.
Sorry, yes, he's right. Okay, so there I was. There he was with these cramps that were really excruciating. He's been having them for a lot longer than
like lying on the floor moaning.
Yeah,
like cramps. Yeah.
Really, really, really painful. And there's not much. He tried everything. My sister's right into natural healing, and he tried everything, and nothing was working. And then eventually he went overseas, and oddly enough, while he was overseas, he decided to take regularly iLove-H2. That's one tablet a day. Well, lo and behold, his cramps went completely and have remained away. Now, he stopped taking the iLove-H2 because he thought, oh, I'm done with that now. My cramps gone away. I said to him, why would you do that? This iLove-H2, this molecular hydrogen, is working on deeper levels than we can even know. The Japanese are finding out that it's working on deeper levels than we can even know. They can't even get down to the deepest level of where it's working.
They don't know why it works, but they know it works.
And it's working on a really deep cellular level. And so he said, he understood that. He goes,
This is just hydrogen in general, no matter how, isn't it?
Yes.
It's not necessarily iLove-H2.
No, this is hydrogen in water. This is the studies they've been doing. Hydrogen in water.
Yeah.
And he realised that, okay, of course, well, I will keep on taking those hydrogen tablets. And so he has been. And so he's finally got it. But I also said to this guy who I was talking to today is that one of the problems with us as human beings is that when something has gone, some ailment has gone, we forget. And so the most important, he's a prime example. He's my study number one.
What's wrong with me? No, nothing was ever wrong with me.
Exactly. So what I suggested to him is to do a list of his ailments. If you want to do a figure of body so that you can go through your body and think about what might be wrong with each part. And then put a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the least problem, little problem, number 10 being really nasty. And so
as much detail as you can.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you don't have to be too hard on yourself, but look at it in a month.
You have to be honest about where you are.
Yes, I know, but you don't need to be too rigorous. But you just need to know that you've got things wrong with you, and that So before you start taking the iLove-H2, really good idea to do that, and then we go back to that list in a month. Go back to it in 2 months. Go back to it in 6 months. And then, do your scales again, 1 to 10, is it, how much better is it? So do your dates and everything so that you know that this is actually working and you can see it happening, because we just, it's just a human condition that we forget what was wrong with us when it's gone.
Yes, yes, so true. As a matter of fact, that's probably the reason everybody has a cupboard full of supplements too. You know, they try supplements out, they may or may not, but they don't even remember that they felt better, and then they say, well, I don't, just like
often the problem is that you've taken a few things at the same time, and so you don't know which one it was, and you know, was it that one or was that one? So it's really helpful to take one thing at a time and see whether it's going to, that one's the one that's going to work. Unfortunately, we usually when it goes wrong as we go and we overload our body with all sorts of things. But my rule of thumb nowadays, and I've taken copious quantities.
You've been around the block a few times.
I've had cupboards full of supplements and all sorts of different things. And my rule of thumb now is if I'm not seeing some sort of result within, I'd say even a month, then it's not going to do anything for me, Good food I always eat because that's nutrition.
Yes, but coming back to the point you made, if you forgot what you took it for, or you've changed your attitude because you're feeling better, you're not going to get a true idea of what it's doing. That's why you're suggesting write it down, chart it, whatever you need to do before you start.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not cheap. No supplements are cheap. Why would you waste your money by disproving, even subconsciously, that it worked?
I've had hundreds of supplements. I mean, I studied naturopathy when I was 21, so I'm now 56. So I've been through it.
I read today that natural supplements they sell about 60% more in dollars than medicines in Australia. Whoa! Yeah. How many of them are sitting in cupboards?
Yeah. And so, and another one, and we go, we get very disenchanted with them. Of course we get, and so the other thing is the problem is that nobody's going to be doing the studies on I Love H2, molecular hydrogen, because they can't be patented. And it's millions of dollars worth of money would need to go into this. I don't know why Japan's doing it. I think Japan is some sort of government-funded.
Incredible. They do this stuff, and funnily enough, the Westerners don't take notice of it. And Japan was doing it for ages, and it took the Japanese finally to get a scientific study into the American scientific magazine Nature. And now there's over 400 studies because everyone goes, oh, well.
So.
And these are not money, mate. These are not sponsored by the big drug companies.
Right. So these have to be done by people who are doing it for no money, which is it's hard for them to find the money to do that sort of stuff. So there you go. So for us to actually have it done and given all the with the Therapeutic Goods Administration, each ailment that it would be certified for would have to be given a study, each single one. So it's you're looking at something, and I understand. We all have been told this one works, this one works, this one works. I was stunned when we came across 7.2 HydroFX. I thought this is amazing, but even better and value for your money is I Love H2.
It is. I've done a lot of testing on hydrogen now, and it does come down to the concentration that you get at one time.
Yes.
Right. Our old electric ionisers used to do a little bit of hydrogen, and people got great effects. But then they take the bottle of that water and they sip it during the day. Well, now we know that as soon as you've drunk a little bit out of a bottle, all the hydrogen goes up.
Because you're opening it up.
Right. And you've lost it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So the first sip, you might get something. Well, you probably still wouldn't, because if the bottle's not full, there's still some air. And the physics of the situation means that the hydrogen will always go up to the air. Right. So if there was any air in the bottle, it wouldn't work. So now we've got the UltraStream, which gives very high hydrogen in the water, and we say to people, drink it straight away.
That's right.
Because it's the concentration that matters. You have to have
very
enough
huge
concentration
key.
at one time.
Huge key. Get a small bottle.
Yeah, we've got
sealed bottle. We're actually ordering some in because of this reason. Put a little bit of acidity in there, a little lemon juice, or a little bit of apple cider vinegar if you don't want to keep lemon juice around, and let it dissolve, and then drink it down.
You don't have to use lemon juice.
No, but
it works better.
It works better. It does actually dissolve. It makes more hydrogen because it dissolves all of the what makes the hydrogen in the bottle. So it is really, it's a good idea if you can.
Cassie, I'm going to put this video on a blog post. Yes, it is getting very long. Sorry, folks. On a blog post of the best way how to get the most out of it.
Yes.
Okay, and
Yes.
I'll just finish off because we've got to finish off.
And
We've got to go too
we
long.
always dress in the same colours.
Yeah,
It's
it's weird,
just annoying.
weird, I don't know.
He comes out of his room, I come out of my room, even though we are married. We
Yeah,
have
we do
separate
sleep in
rooms.
the same room. yeah. Okay, enough of that. Oh yes, and finally, this is only a sports supplement.
Yes,
right?
we can only ever
we
say
have
it's a
talked
sports
about
supplement.
is about molecular hydrogen. It is not about I Love H2.
That's right.
Have we got it clear?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.